This meeting is being recorded.
So, welcome everybody. If you are just joining, just pop yourself on mute. I'm trying to mute everyone as we go, but it's just so we don't get any background noise from anyone watching the news or eating their dinner. But yes, Where's Sarah? I think you were on mute as well. Sarah, are you?
Don't think so.
Oh, you're not on mute now. Okay, you're good. Fab.
No.
Right.
Yes.
There we go.
Is
We're
that
doing good.
everybody? How many have you got? I think that's
We've got
just
about over 50 just now. They're still coming
yeah.
in.
Just be the last minute. Yes.
Brilliant.
Okay. Times that formally anyway. Yes. 32.
Just gotten past, yeah.
Okay, you still got a queue or
They're going to keep coming in, so I'll just keep admitting them here if you want to
right?
kick
Okay.
off.
Well, just kick off as they
Yeah.
say. So yeah, good evening, everybody. So thank you once again for joining us for Q2. Quite sure how it got to Q2, I have to say. It seems to have whizzed in.
Oh, Sarah, you're on mute.
Yeah. Right.
Somebody
There
just
we go.
muted me. That's why. I know it was such boring stuff I was saying that you just thought, just mute it. I quite agree, mind you. So as people are coming in, I thought I was just going to give it a couple of seconds just so that we can say hi and also introduce Patsy, who I am delighted to have here tonight. As we like to say, a complete joy. So thank you so much. And if I, yeah, no, you're more than welcome. And I really don't think that I'm going to fall asleep because it's just going to be so exciting to hear what you've got to say. After all, you've got like 15 years of experience, and you're the file style fix business yourself, and it's just like wow, it just looks really cool when I've looked all over your website. And I'm sure we're all going to ask what Julian McDonald was like. And obviously Paul Costello, I just think we just have to know. Um, and I really like the fact that you've been taking such a personal approach to your styling, which rather than just, you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way. And it's sort of the approach that we want to take or that we've been taking just with our bags. So it's so nice to meet a stylist that has the same way and the same approach. And like you, we just want everyone to come out of any styling session or even coming to see us or just have their bag and just feel confident as that sort of finisher to the whole entire outfit. So I'm really thinking, oh, there's going to be some really good stuff here, ladies. So
Thank
feel
you.
free. And we're going to get Patsy will be giving her advice. Martina will ask questions. If anyone wants to put anything in the chat, please do. And I'm sure then Patsy will answer any questions. Sane questions, ladies, you know. And we will take it from there. And I'm sure Patsy would be more than happy to speak to any of you on a one-to-one basis as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be really good. So let's go for it then, Martina. Have we got everybody in?
Yeah, we're still joining away here, but we're
Right.
got about 79,
Okay.
so that's good.
That's
That's
brilliant.
good. That's good. So, Patsy, how did it all begin then for you?
Oh, wow. What a story. Probably
Yeah.
about 17, 18 years ago, I left corporate purely because it wasn't flexible enough for my lifestyle anymore. Like so many of us,
Yeah.
I'd had my first child. I was in a sort of big corporate job. I
Mm.
was a senior executive in a quite a man's world, and I headed up the finance department of about 60 people, and I was presenting to the board of directors regularly. And what actually happens when I had my son Ollie is that I could I, like, most people do now, they do hybrid working. I wanted to do 1 day a week at home, but they were not having it at that time. We're going back 17, 18 years ago now, but they were not as flexible as the workplace is now. So I thought, well, what can I do that I absolutely love? I've always been interested in fashion. I used to design my own clothes from a very early age, and my mum used to make them for me.
That's brilliant. Your own dressmaker.
Lots of creativity in my household anyway, and with my nana as well. She was a clothes lover, and I would her wardrobe, rummaging for her, her furs and her shoes and what have you. So I think I've always, deep down, been a bit of a fashionista from a very young age. But I think, as a lot of us, it was like, well, take the serious job, go and be an accountant. But I've been allowed to have a second career that all started about 17, 18 years ago. I decided to retrain as a stylist at the London College of Style, where I now lecture and mentor, which is amazing, which is for me, a full circle moment to encourage and help the students coming through the college, and using my expertise to help in lots of different ways, obviously working with clients individually. I also am a trustee for SmartWorks, so I use my skills there to help run events and catwalk shows and raise tens of thousands of pounds for an amazing charity. By the way, if anyone that doesn't know what SmartWorks is, it enables women to get back into the workplace through a dressing service and interview skill coaching. So that was really where it all started for me. So it was I got into interiors, and I worked with a friend of mine for probably about a year or so, renovating French antique furniture and painting it, and then jewelry. I had my own jewelry business, and then that led to the personal styling from there.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But I think women are very good at, in reinventing themselves.
Yeah. I think that you're right, that 18 years ago that wasn't a thing, and I can just imagine the men back in the back there giving it.
Yes, she can't possibly do that. But
yes.
So I left. I engineered my own redundancy package, being in finance, and I knew we were making redundancies at the time. So I just thought, that's my time to leave and start afresh, my new chapter.
Yeah, well, that's good that you were able to just do it yourself, which is really good. And they're not going to argue with you after all at that point.
And just like, just what you're doing, Sarah, exactly the same. You're following your dream and curating something that you've always wanted to do.
Yeah, just entirely different. Yes, yeah. I'm sure if I told them I was thinking about doing bags, they might not have, like you, they'd have been going, I don't think so.
It's just, and from there it sort of led to other things. So obviously I do the fashion styling side, obviously working with people like Julian McDonald and Paul Costello, etc. But I love the personal styling side as well, getting to know the client, working with colour, wardrobe edit, personal curated shopping for their own, body shape and obviously seasonal palette. And then that's led to curating fashion shows of my own, working with other brands, and also being a brand connector. So I will connect other brands with brands I think have synergy. So it sort of led me all over the place. I've done quite a bit of TV presenting, both on the QVC Style channel and other channels as well. And I just love all of it. Keynote speaking. So it's just really led to lots of different areas. So it's fun because I never know what my day is going to bring. For instance, tonight I'm doing this, and earlier today I was at village shopping with students from the college.
I lost you a little bit there.
Yeah, that went a bit robotic.
It went a bit like the Daleks. It's gone a wee bit Dalek-y.
You're back now. It's okay. Don't know what happened there. Just a wee glitch.
Right. So, Martina, well, you've got the special list of
I've got some special questions. So, yeah, well, Patsy and I have been chatting behind the scenes, and we've been chatting about how we've obviously launched this quarter, ladies, our style personalities. And we've been talking a lot about that and how you identify your own style, whether you're bold, classic, chic, quirky, feminine, natural. And we've done our style quiz and we've had quite a bit of fun with that. And people have been quite surprised at what they've come out with. People that think they're maybe a classic have come out a bold, and vice versa. We've had a lot of naturals in the group. So I think it's taken a lot of people by surprise to find out what they are, but it's really resonating with them once they read the detail, and it kind of clicks like, oh, actually, that is me. So if you're kind of trying to find your style, what do you think is the best place to start?
I mean, for me, I don't know about you, Martina, my personal style has actually changed over the years. I've always liked timeless classics, so I still wear the timeless classics. But I think as I've become older, and my lifestyle is different. I'm not suited and booted in a corporate environment. And if I do go out and do presenting, keynote speaking, I will still be smart, but I will be probably a lot more edgy in the way that I dress and much more colourful in the way that I dress than I would have done back in my corporate days. So I do believe we actually do evolve and change as we get older as well. But I think if we're always sort of timeless classic, I will always stick with the timeless classics, but I will introduce other things. And they don't have to necessarily be trend led. Some of them maybe, I may dip my toe in the current trends, but it could be a lot around colour and accessories as well. So yeah, I mean, and also it depends on my mood. I don't know about any of you other ladies, but some days I'm really in the mood for a maxi dress, the boho look, with a pair of cowboy boots. And another day I may be in the mood for something a little bit more structured. So it does depend on the bit, and also on the weather
Yes.
as well.
Yeah, no,
So
absolutely. That does play a
change
part.
and evolve, definitely. But I think the best way to probably experiment at home is almost do your own wardrobe detox and pull out things that maybe you don't like or you don't wear at all, and keep the things maybe on a separate rail that do bring you joy, because clothes should be a joy giver. And what's the point in filling your wardrobe with lots of things that are no longer serving you, really, or serving your lifestyle? So it's time to probably let some of those go and then reignite your wardrobe with things that will bring you joy in the colour that's right for your skin tone. It could be that you've got things in your wardrobe that are too big, are too small, or wonder why you've never worn them, that you bought them in the sale, they were, great deal, great value, but you've never worn it. But it's probably because it's the wrong colour or it's the wrong shape for your body. So I think it's time to experiment, ladies, and have a little bit of a detox yourself. Maybe put them into separate piles. Maybe fancy doing it over the Easter holidays, and just a pile of the things you love and bring you joy, a pile of the things you've never worn, a pile of the things that no longer suit you, or they're the wrong size, or you just don't like the colour. It's time to think about maybe letting some of those go, selling them on, giving them to charity, and then reintroducing things into your wardrobe that you will wear and become part of a cohesive capsule wardrobe.
Yeah, and you can have a bit of fun with that as well, I think. Even like get a friend round, or your daughter or your mum or whatever, and try stuff on and get them involved and get someone else's opinion, because sometimes we're our own worst critic, and it just takes someone to say, actually, you look really good in that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a great idea to do that. And then you may want to do it with a good friend and then go to her house and do it with and just to be very honest with each other. But I think once you've got the basics of what's great for your body shape and what your seasonal colour palette is, it can be a real game changer when it comes to even looking at clothes, because you look at them in a different way when you go shopping. So yes, definitely. Have a little play, girls, and try it out. Let me know who does it over Easter.
Absolutely, yeah, we can. I'm sure we can put up with a competition in the club and see what we can get going here.
Yeah.
But so, what small tweaks could we make without stepping outside our comfort zone too much, just to sort of test the waters with being a bit more adventurous?
I think accessories are always a good way to trial to try something new. I mean, obviously with your handbags, they're great because I've got one here, for example. You can add different tassels and different colours on there. So say, for instance, you've seen a seasonal trend and it's cobalt blue, but you don't feel confident wearing a cobalt blue blouse or a dress in that colour. But you could potentially, even on a bag of this colour, you could introduce the cobalt blue just in an accessory and trial it out. Or you may want to, use the colour in a scarf or in a necklace or a bracelet, pair of earrings, or even have your nails painted in a colour that you quite fancy, but you're not ready for a full-on colour explosion. And I think that's always a good way to try it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then with our colour palettes, we've got quite a lot of ladies in the club who have had their colour analysis done. Sorry, am I getting some background noise there? Is that me? Sorry. Ones that haven't, and people can be quite, once they've had their colours done, they're like, right, I can only wear these colours. But what's so good about the bags is that you don't have to wear your bag at your face. So you can, like you're saying, experiment with other colours on your bags and perhaps wear the colours that might not be in your palette, but still do bring you joy, just so you can still enjoy those parts as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, obviously, if you're a summer palette, the likelihood is you probably wouldn't want to go as harsh as a cobalt blue because it would have to be a little bit more muted. But on a bag or another different type of accessory or a tassel, you could do it, definitely, but you wouldn't want to wear it up against your face, for example. So there's always ways to wear colour. I mean, for instance, black for me is not a great colour to wear up against my, up against my skin, up this top half. But if I wear it away from my chest area, as long as you're bouncing light, you've got that luminosity in your skin. And then if I was wearing black, I may wear, away from my skin and put some gold jewellery on to, to reflect that. Or I'd wear the black on the lower half of my body because that's nowhere near my face. But I'd say there isn't a colour that nobody can wear. It's just where you wear it.
Absolutely. No, that makes total sense. And then obviously for spring, colour blocking is quite a big thing. So what are your views in that? Do's or don'ts?
I love it. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing quite a lot of it this week with different clients. And again, we were doing it at Bista as well earlier today. But I'm loving all the pastel colours. I mean, obviously, providing you can wear them up here, but you can wear them an accessory, obviously, in a handbag, or as we've mentioned before. But I'm loving all of the, the baby pinks, the pale blues, the mellow yellows, the soft ivories. They're all key this season, and Pantones for the season. But what also is key is still the mocha is still very much prevalent, and it's mixing. You can mix the mocha with so many other brighter colours. So a mocha with blue, or a mocha with red, or it's endless really. But I love the pastel mixing as well. So I call it the sugar almond mix. Mm-hmm. So you may have a pale pink with a pale yellow, or pale yellow with a pale baby blue, and it just looks so in harmony. Although they may be opposite on the colour wheel, they work together because they're muted colours, and it can look so chic. And equally, tonal colour blocking looks amazing as well. So you could be head to foot in ivory, for example, it's a warm version of white, and it can look so chic if everything that you're wearing is a shade of ivory. And that's another way of blocking. Or maybe you could do a tonal blocking of blue, and you can have several tones of blue, but because they all sit side by side on the colour wheel, it works.
Yeah.
So don't feel afraid of, oh gosh, that's navy, and I want to mix it with a midnight blue or a cobalt blue or a baby blue. It will work because they're all close together on the colour wheel, but they're just different tones and different shades.
Yeah, so that's good, ladies, because obviously we do release quite a lot of different shades through our seasons. and people are always asking, oh, is it an exact match? But it doesn't need to be an exact match. Like you're saying, as long as it tones, then you can wear different shades of pink together, different shades of green, and it all harmonizes really,
Yeah,
really
I
well.
mean, a lot of people go through, I mean, it's the two sort of larger companies are Colour Me Beautiful, and what's the other one that
House
there's a
of
lot
Colour.
of, yeah. I mean, obviously I was trained with the college, so we
So were
trained
we.
slightly differently. And then my colour swatches that I use, yes, I give guidance with a colour seasonal palette, but it's not set in stone, because you can, you know, anything in between those, because there's probably hundreds of yellows in between the yellows that I've given a client. But as long as you choose between those colours, you're absolutely fine up against your skin tone. But you can wear a different colour, yellow, for example, down below, because it won't make any difference. It's not bouncing the light off your face. But harmoniously, I would say stick to your colour palette when you can.
And if you've not had your colours done and it's maybe not something that you want to do just yet, what's the best way to identify what colours do work for you?
Well, I think the easiest way to do it is to just, I mean, whether you're doing it, shopping your own wardrobe, or going shopping, is actually put the colour up against your face, and you'll automatically see if the colour looks like it's either wearing you, or it's draining you, or it's giving you dark circles, or your skin looks a little bit more wrinkled than it normally is, then the chances are it's the wrong color. It will be the wrong tone of colour for your skin tone. And you know, as a general rule, if we looked at our wrists, if your veins are looking slightly greener,
Everyone's looking at their wrists now.
you tend to be you're going to be a warmer skin tone. If they look more on the blue side, then you're going to be a cooler tone. So that's a good way of being able to tell. But certainly, yes, you can normally tell by just putting the colour up against your face. And I think you ladies all know there are colours that when you put on, you instantly feel amazing. You feel so much more confident in, your skin looks more luminous. And I call those my wow colours, because they do just complete, and it's a mood changer. I mean, colour does have psychology as well behind it, and they really are, the right colours are joy givers and can completely change your mood for the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they say that we're naturally drawn to colours that do suit us, but it's getting that right tone. So it's a good
Yes.
point if you're in a shop, pick up two blue tops that are in different shades and just see which one just lifts your face and makes you sing and smile.
Yeah, because there's thousands of shades of blue, like there's thousands of shades of red and every other colour. It's just getting the tone right, especially if you're going to wear it up against your face.
Mm-hmm. So as women, we come in all different shapes and sizes, and it can be an absolute nightmare finding shapes that, well, nothing universally suits everyone, I suppose. But how do you then maybe identify your body shape and what works well for you? And have you got any tips on how to dress flatteringly?
That's a lot of questions.
It's a lot of questions. So let's break that down.
Should we do one at a time?
One at a time. Right. Okay. Right. So body shape. So how do we identify our body shape?
Right. Okay. So generally, I call a slender up and down, or literally no defined waist at all. I think at the college we call it a banana as a fruit, because it's the same shape more or less all the way down, apart from where the feet are, probably at the head. But it's basically no defined waistline. So you haven't got a defined hip, you haven't got a defined bust necessarily, or stomach. It's just literally up and down. You're the same width, more or less all the way down on the torso area. If you're carrying more weight around the hip area, you would be a pear shape. And we call that also, a triangle as well. Or you can have an inverted triangle, where you're much broader on the shoulder and smaller at the waistline. And an hourglass is basically where the width of across your shoulders and your hips are basically more or less the same width. and obviously your waist is much smaller. An apple shape, again, you are carrying more weight around your sort of torso belly area, but you tend to have, an apple, I tend to call also a lollipop, because you're carrying it all around the middle, but you normally have amazing legs. So I always say to apples, show off your legs, and then we work mindfully about how to work with each body shape, because you can flatter each of those shapes, and it doesn't matter whether you're a size 6 or a size 24. You can still look amazing as long as you're dressing for your body shape correctly.
And then how do we not get caught up in following trends too much? So finding that balance between dressing for your body shape, but also getting some trend stuff in there if you want to.
I would always stick to the rule. I mean, if you're any of these body shape types, dress for your body shape, not for a trend. I mean, great. If you see something in your seasonal palette that happens to be on trend in a wrap dress, for example. I mean, obviously Diane von Furstenberg was not doing anything wrong back in the 1960s when she invented it. It's still going strong. It's a classic shape that I think works on every body shape, because it always nips in at the smallest point. Obviously, on a pear shape or an apple, you are tying the tie a little bit higher up on the torso, because that's your smallest point. But obviously, if you're more an hourglass, you'll be tying at your smallest point, which is your waist. But that's a perfect shape dress, I think, for all body shapes. And obviously, if you see it in a trend-led colour, then go for it. Or if it's a colour you love and you know it's on your seasonal palette. But I never follow trend unless, one, I absolutely love it, or I know the colour's going to work for me, or the shape will work for me. I mean, everyone's raving about these, what I call sort of banana shaped jeans at the moment. They're everywhere. You know, every influencer seems to be wearing. They absolutely look awful on me, and I wouldn't touch a pair with a barge pole. But on some people, they look fabulous. So it just depends on your own personal style and your body shape whether they work for you. But for me, they just make my thighs look huge and very unflattering on my body shape. So I won't be going anywhere near that trend. So shoot me if you see me on Instagram with a pair on, because I won't be.
Oh, we've got a question from a banana in the club asking where they should tie their wrap dress if they're a banana shape.
At the waist. At the waist, because obviously as a stylist, I mean, obviously I've done fashion shoot editorials as well, where all of the models tend to be that shape, because it's a model shape. That's, you know, full of the catwalks, full of them. I love the fact we are seeing more diversity on the catwalk, but not enough. But because most models tend to be that shape, more tall slenders, I call, straight up and down. But you would always cinch the waist in, because you want to, for all of these shapes, you're always trying to create an hourglass figure, which is the perfect shape, basically.
So what do we need in our wardrobes for spring now that we're finally getting into the warmer and longer days?
Well, it's who wants to build a capsule wardrobe. Obviously, you've got the floaty dresses. If you're more boho inspired, they're always on the catwalks every season for spring, summer. As I said, some of the key trends with the mocha going through even in the summer, from a chocolate brown through to the sort of caramel and latte colours. They're all very, very keen. You can wear all of those colours together in different textures as well. So, obviously our summers are never that warm. So we could have a floaty maxi dress in a pale latte, and maybe a suede biker jacket or a crop jacket or a cardigan in a different shade of the same colour. Would look really chic. And then obviously finishing with sandals in a lovely leather, which is, again, a different shade it can be, because you've got the whole outfit looking effortless from top to toe. And that's for anyone that's petite, that's very elongating. So never think just because you're petite, it doesn't mean to say you can't wear a maxi dress, because that's rubbish. Of course you can. as long as you're getting a maxi dress that fits a petite and it's in proportion.
And you're right, and they do come back in every summer. You see that's the same styles coming back in. So
yeah,
it's good to invest in these
you
pieces.
always get, and the the timeless classics. Again, I did a catwalk show a few days ago, and we were looking at occasion wear. So it was the A-line dresses. They are again timeless classics. Or I think originated in a spring-summer fashion show in Paris by Dior in 1955, and they've never gone out of style, have they? A classic A-line dress with a little belt or no belt. Shift dress, the same thing. I mean, they're, again, always on trend, never go out of fashion. They're timeless classics, and another great shape for all body shapes, actually, because it's for a pear shape, because it's cinching in the waist, and also an apple shape with some amazing shapewear that's going to nip you in, and having some lovely, body forming shapewear with a shift dress and a little crop jacket would look amazing.
Nice.
And showing those lovely legs off for an apple as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yes, I mean, so you've got the timeless classics. Blazers are quite key this season as well, in all of those lovely pastel-y colours. I've seen loads of those, and waistcoats. Excuse me, they've been talking too much today, obviously. They're here to stay. So I love a summer waistcoat in like a cotton or a linen with a lovely pair of palazzo trousers or wide leg trousers. That can look so chic. If you don't like wearing a dress, for example, even at Royal Ascot, you can in the royal enclosure you can so wear a trouser suit now, whereas a few years ago you wouldn't have been able to as a woman. I think it can look super chic.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of good women's tailoring now and loads of different options to dress alternatively to wearing a dress. So no, it's good to see. So just thinking, you're talking about these catwalk shows and it looks fabulous when it's all put together from the viewer's point of view, but it must be so stressful trying to put something like that together.
Yeah, I mean, whether you're talking about me curating my own show, or me working as a lead dresser backstage for, obviously somebody like Paul Costello, completely different, because if I'm working for somebody like a designer, a couture designer, I'd just rock up, basically. I'd be given a rail of all the different looks. I'd be shown what model I'm dressing, and I don't have to worry about curating the catwalk or the music or getting the models there or makeup artists. Whereas when you do it yourself, I am providing the models, I'm providing the makeup artists, I'm curating all of the different looks, and so I always know who my models are going to be. So I always know what's going to look best for their skin tone. So I will curate looks that I know they're going to look great in, not just for their body, but obviously for their tonally will look amazing on them. And I think if you get those things together, they really do make such a difference. And like we say in the industry, it is a game changer, because it really is.
Yeah, and a high pressure environment, I imagine.
It takes a long time, but it depends on how big the show is. I think the biggest one I've ever done was 20, and I did this on my own. I must have been absolutely crazy, because I did all of the looks. I did 26 models, running one in the morning and one in the evening. 32 different female-led sustainable brands, and all had 2 looks each, and it was exhausting. It took me months to curate that.
I'm exhausted just thinking about that. That's
I had the footwear as well to deal with, and obviously all the models have got different size shoes. Yep. And I had a milliner as well, so I was matching the millinery to the different looks as well. But yeah, that took absolutely months to actually organise properly.
Oh, I can imagine. But it must have been a bit of a pinch me moment working with these big designers and being asked to come along and do their shows. So what's the career highlight been?
Well, there's lots of different highlights, and I think one of my biggest highlights was probably being backstage with, I don't know whether any of you know Winnie Harlow. She's quite a famous model. Well, she's, again, diversity. She's got that, I don't know what it's called, the skin where you've got black and white skin. It's amazing. And she looks incredible. And well, she looks incredible with anything. So she was on one side of me, and then I had Isabel Goulart on the other side of me, who was she's done a lot of Victoria's Secret modelling, but she's huge. I mean, I think she's got something like 5 million followers, and I think Winnie has even more than that. So we were obviously, I was sharing lead dresser with another lady as well for these, and of course they were Julian McDonald's muses for that particular show. So they had about 3 or 4 looks each, including Isabel went out first, and then they both came out last for the finale. So it was really exciting. But with Julian, all of his clothes, his couture clothes, all had tiny little hook and eyes and press studs. I mean, it was a nightmare to do it in a hurry as well. When you know that somebody's got, they'll have, you know, look number 1, look number 3, look number 7, and the finale, and you're trying to squeeze them into the clothes and do up all the press studs. But it was quite, you know, a surreal, that particular one, because I had Jimmy Choo and a few other celebrities in, you know, backstage where we were doing all the, because it's more fun backstage, to be honest, most of the time. Mm-hmm. And they were, you know, there's normally a cocktail bar and drink and food and what have you. And that was when I got to meet Lucy Choi, another shoe designer who was actually Jimmy Choo's niece. And we ended up working a lot together after that. So you never know in the industry where you're going to meet, who you're going to meet, and who you end up working with. So, you know, that's what's so exciting about it.
That's fabulous. That does sound really fun. Big names.
Yeah.
And any disaster moments where you thought, oh no, this has gone wrong?
The thing is, when disasters happen, nobody really knows.
Yeah, true.
You can hide it. But I would say one designer I worked for called Hussan Zhang. He's couture again, and he's got an amazing boutique on Mount Street in London, which is obviously a very, you know, palatial part of London, and he does a lot of bespoke work. But he was quite a strange one, because we were at I think that particular one, we were with the Academy of Art in London. It's a beautiful building for obviously a catwalk show. But all of us backstage, all the dressers, we obviously have to always wear black, so we sort of mute into the background. Whether we like black or want to wear it or not, we have to wear it. And we were asked to take all of our makeup off to dress the models, in case any of our makeup would transfer onto the beautiful silks and fabrics. Yet I found that quite peculiar, because the models were obviously plastered in makeup for the catwalk show. So that was like a strange request, I would say. And, you know, lots of... Another one I've worked with was actually Sharon Wuchol. And she is, I don't know who you know, whether you know her or not, but she is Bono, you know, U2 wife.
Right.
Okay. She's got her own fashion brand. I worked with her, but she was quite a strange person. She's very, not strange, I would just say she's got a certain way to work, should I say. So, yeah, everyone's different. So you never know what you're gonna get when you turn up.
You just have to be quite adaptable to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, ladies, make sure you're firing questions in the chat if you've got anything for Patsy as well. So you've obviously got a couple of our bags now. So what do you love about the bags, and how do you wear them for different occasions?
I mean, for me, I think you're the only brand. I mean, I've worked with as you know, I work with different handbag brands. I love handbags. I've got lots of handbags.
You're in the right place if you love handbags.
And one, I was drawn to the quality, number one. I mean, I know it's designed in the UK, made in, I think it's Italy.
Well, our leather's from Italy, but we manufacture in Turkey.
Yeah. So it's beautiful, and I mean, I know my bags and I know my leather, and it's great quality leather. But I think you've cornered the market for versatility. I mean, for instance, I've got lots of bags. I've got another one here. It's not one of yours, but you know, typical sort of Kelly type bag. But there's not much else I can do with this other than wear it as it is or as a crossbody. But with yours, because they're so versatile, you can change them up, you can stick things on the side, you can completely change the colourway with the tassels and the accessories. And there's just so much you can do. I mean, I love the colour of this one. It's one of my favourites. I use this one a lot. for travel, because I can fit my laptop in there. I can fit even, something for overnight in there as well. And it's got a crossbody strap. I know I can pull this off the side, the clutch, and wear it in the evening. And I could then interchange it with a different type of tassel. And I just think that's where you've cornered the market for versatility. And I think that's why I love the bag so much.
Yeah,
you've got so many price per wear out of one bag, whereas a normal bag, another one here, is a normal bag, isn't it? You're not going to do anything else with it.
Yeah.
But with yours, I mean, I could make, I don't know how many, with a few accessories. You don't have to keep going buying a brand new bag, but with a few accessories, you can have, it's countless, isn't it? How many different looks you can actually make from one bag.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love this new Sarah tote, and I don't know whether you still got an offer on that, because I've actually recommended to a few of my clients that loved it, that have seen it.
We do, and it's a classic bag that everybody needs, don't they, in their wardrobe, because totes have never go out of fashion. You always need a big tote that you can throw everything in, and the fact that you can change it, like you say, just makes it even better. So.
Absolutely. I mean, I think, again, a wardrobe staple is definitely a tote bag. And I love I love the colour of this one, this porcelain, personally for me. Because I would tend to choose a muted white ivory rather than a pure white, personally for me. And it's just a great colour because I can mix and match with so many different outfits. And I know, literally you can throw anything in there, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So can you just tell the ladies where you're based, where they can find out more about you, if they want to get on the website and use your services at all?
Absolutely. So if you could share my website,
I will do that.
My Instagram handle and all that stuff, that would be great. And obviously, if any of the ladies want to have a chat, online or whatever, I'm more than happy to do that. And I do offer a 20-minute free consultation anyway. So if anyone's got some questions for me, that would be great. But I'm based in Berkshire, just outside of Ascot, so not far from the racecourse, which is great sometimes if you want to go to the races, but not so great on Royal Ascot Week, where it's basically gridlocked. But
carnage,
probably a bit like Chelsea when the flower show's on. But I do work a lot in London. But I've got quite a big radius really where I'd work. But I also work online with clients, and I even shop online for clients as well. But they have a curated shop with links. And so they can go shopping under one umbrella. So I'll send them a shopping bag, but it could have lots of different things from different brands. And it just takes the time out of and the legwork out of shopping, because some people don't like going shopping. And that's another way of doing it. I don't tend to like to do, I know some stylists do, but I don't tend to like to do colour online. I like to be with the client and see the skin tone. And see the colour against their skin tone in daylight as well. But yes.
Fab. Okay. Yeah, ladies, I'll share all Patsy's details in the Bags of Joy Club after the event. So if anyone wants to find out more, she's absolutely welcome to that. So that was super. Thank you very, very much for joining us this evening and giving up your time to be here. I think we've all learned lots. I certainly have. And I'll be going and looking at my tonal colour blocking for the next season, getting out of the winter greys that I've been wearing.
Saying, if anyone's got any questions, please fire away. And it's been a pleasure. I can't believe how quickly the time's gone. It
has. I know. 45 minutes gone in a flash.
Yeah, definitely.
Gone very quickly. We do have. We've got some questions here actually. Right, let me read this. This is a long one, Tanya. I used to dye yarn and design knitted and crocheted accessories, traveling around the country selling at events. I found it surprising how many ladies were so hesitant at trying new colours and had decided that a certain colour did not suit them, which were often supported, in quotations, by their friends, often resulting in lower self-esteem. My biggest aid at shows turned out to be my time, kindness, a mirror, and daylight lamps. I've retired now, but I still get asked for help regularly. What do you find is the best way of helping someone with low self-esteem to see how beautiful they are, but maybe to try a different colour or shade?
I think everything really starts with colour analysis to introduce all of those beautiful colours that work well against the skin tone, because it does lift the complexion. I mean, it can make you look years younger, and obviously because of that, it gives you confidence. Ladies that I've got through a process with colour and wardrobe detox and shopping. Um, it, when the shoulders go back and they've picked up something from the curated rail that absolutely, you can see they're just full of joy.
Yeah.
I know my job is done when it's a pure confidence giver. And for women to be able to empower women, it's the most uplifting, empowering thing and inspiring thing that you can do for another woman, really.
Yeah, and we've actually found that it shows, funnily, Tanya, you say that if you're with a friend and you say something, then your friend will just automatically agree, even if it's not their opinion or not. So they'll be like, oh, I'm not sure about buying this. And they'll be like, no, don't buy it. You don't need it. So don't buy it to your friends, ladies. Just do what makes you happy.
Yeah, I think you should go with your own gut feeling. I mean, if I love something and I know it's, because obviously I'm a stylist, I know whether it's going to be right for me or not, shape-wise and colour. So I would just, if I love it, I'll go for it. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. And we have another question. What high street shops would you recommend the most?
For what particular thing? That's, that is the thing.
Julie, what would you like to buy? Julie's got great style. You must shop in a lot of good shops, Julie. Loving the fact that as a summer I can have a little bit of leopard print via Sarah Harron Ivy Accessories. Yes, that is good. I think summers can be a bit scared of the print, can't they? But it's good that we do it in softer colours as well.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're a summer palette, I mean, obviously all these beautiful pastels look amazing on you. So yeah, I mean, have a play. Go and try some beautiful blouses, t-shirts, blazers, and introduce just, you don't have to go and buy loads. You could just buy one thing that taps into your palette and is great for your body. Obviously, depending on your body shape. I mean, department stores are good because they tend to have lots of different brands all under one roof. And it depends on, whether you want to shop high street, upper high street, or more upper level, because obviously they're all different price points. To be fair, I would definitely stay away from the H&Ms and the lower end, because I know I know that some of there's a bit of greenwashing going on with some of them saying they've got a sustainable range, but most of it isn't, unfortunately. And there's a huge amount of slavery going on when you produce a garment that is that cheap. So I don't. I mean, that's not my brand, and I don't have synergy with brands like that. Zara, again, great. They pick things from the catwalk, but again, just be careful. If you are buying more high street, try and stick to more sustainable fabrics and not things like polyester that uses so much energy from the planet, and it's just it's not biodegradable. Because I'm very much pro sustainability as well. So yeah, it's a big question, because it depends on what you're shopping for, really. I mean, obviously, if you want to go from something more structured, places like Reiss and Hobbs, Phase 8, shops like that. And obviously, there are other brands, obviously, when you get to the next level, like Marella, Max Mara, Gerard Durrell. And then you've got the Parisian brands like Sandro, Marge, Zadig and Voltaire, if you want something a bit more edgy. But again, it just depends on your budget and your body shape.
Yeah. And what are your 3 favourite shops, if you had to choose, that you couldn't live without?
Oh, gosh. That's really difficult to answer. I do like Cézanne, which is a lovely, sustainable Parisian brand. And I've worked with them before as well, and I've held events at their shops. They've got 2 shops now in London, but I was one of the first stylists to work with them at their flagship store in Westbourne Grove. So that was lovely. and I've seen them grow over the years, but they are very ethical in the way that, you know, they know the provenance of where everything has come from. They know the factories that they employ and the families that they employ at the factories. They've known them for years, and they are given a fair wage for what they do. And that's the sort of brand that I love.
Yeah, we're seeing them everywhere just now. They've done really well, haven't they?
Yeah. Or any brand that I know is designed in the UK or made in the UK as well, even better. But there's not that many. That's why I tend to support more female-led UK brands, and hopefully they're not being shipped all over, and to many countries. I work with another brand, Ridley London. She makes everything from a lot of it from Liberty Silk and tweeds. So her seamstresses are based in the UK. Everything comes from the material comes from the UK, and I think it's worth, for me anyway. I'm a great believer in buy less, but buy well.
Yeah, absolutely. Good mantra to
rather than buying lots of things that really are not good for the planet.
We'll give one final question before we take up too much more of your time. What item of clothing or accessory could you never live without?
Well, probably I can't answer any particular one, because I do love a jumpsuit.
Nice.
I do love a Crombie coat that's belted. I love a trench coat. I love, just classic timeless pieces. But I love my shoes and my handbags. I don't know. That's a really difficult question to answer me. Obviously, it's just a really difficult one for me.
We'll go with handbags.
Go with handbags. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Thank you so much again. I don't want to take up more of your time here, but super. Yeah, really interesting. And ladies, thank you for all the questions. If you've got any more, send them to me and I can pass them on, or direct them directly to Patsy, and we'll definitely be keeping in touch, and I'm sure you'll see more of her popping up at events and in the club. So yes, that was really, really interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ladies. And
thank you so much.
See you soon.
That's really cool. Look forward to that. Yeah, seeing you.
Lovely meeting you, Sarah. Yes. I haven't actually met you, have I?
No, but we're
virtual meet.
It's virtual, isn't it? Yeah.
Hopefully we'll meet each other soon.
We will, in the flesh and all that. So yes, chatting, but actual flesh. Yeah, nothing better than actually seeing people.
I can't hear you, unfortunately. You must be muted again.
No, I can hear you.
Yeah. I can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh no, I was just saying that
I can't
nothing
hear you.
Better than seeing
something's happened to your.
I can hear Sarah.
I can't.
Oh, really? Oh, that's strange.
Yeah, but I can hear you.
Text going against us here.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get you along to the boat, Patsy, and we'll get the two of you
fabulous. Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, have a lovely evening, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Take care.
We'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Oh,
that was interesting.
Very good. No, I can hear you okay, so I think we're good.
Yeah, that's good, because that would have been a bit of a problem, but it seems that you can hear me, so that's the main thing. Yeah.
Righty, will I share my screen?
Yes.
Right, now we get to the difficult tech part. Share. Right, okay. It's like, well, why is this not working from the beginning? Here we go. Right, there we are. Over to you.
So I've really got to make that bigger. Yes, even with my good eyesight, couldn't see that. So spring has sprung. Yeah, God, unbelievable. You'll notice we've got some new colors there. That's the brightest coral I've ever seen. But I think it's just because it's just a mass of it. Such my latest favorite color that apparently suit me. So highlights then, other than the fact that we've managed to almost get to spring without having to worry too much more about the long dark nights, We're almost there, ladies. So it has given us plenty of time, though, to have all those lovely new collections that were just bringing the spring in just a wee bit more slowly. So confetti, very popular. That was really nice, as you can see in the image there. Garden of Roses, Enchanted Forest, Hot Pink Leopard, Navy Leopard, Cream Patent Croc. Cream Patent Croc actually sounds really boring along Navy Leopard one, because we had Enchanted Forest and the confetti and the Garden of Roses. I'm going to have to speak to the director of making up collection names, but it'll be interesting to see what everybody's favorite was. We obviously had the arrival of the Sarah tote. Yes, that was Martina. She definitely wanted to name it after me, and I was a bit like, ooh, this is a bit weird. But the bag itself has gone down very well. As Patsy was saying, it really is, when I was designing, I was just thinking, what really is a bag that you will always use, and is light, and lovely colors and all the rest of it. So that was something that we're really excited about, and we got lots of new ideas for that as well. Obviously, we had the herringbone effect as well. And again, I really liked that fabrication when I saw it. And to be able to use it with just that small little pattern running through it. So I hope you've all enjoyed that with your comp bag. New mini bags. Rosa, my absolute favorite, and obviously the mini S. So it's interesting. I was just looking at the range the other day and just musing over the fact that, although we've still got our love of the bigger bags, we do have a much broader range now in the sort of the minis. And I think that's probably just the lives we're all leading at the moment. Cards are small, everything's just so much smaller. So it's quite nice to have some of these smaller bags. And when Leslie and I were bombing around Turkey, I was going to say yesterday, but actually it's still today. We both had, we traveled the bigger bag, and then we had our small bags, which was really nice. And I took Rosa with me. She's still here, just cannot leave her alone. And of course, we've added new colors. So the sapphire and the pink kiss. And we have had a bit of a rearrange of the range around the colors to try and put them more into some style personality boxes just to help people. And we put a lot of effort into that, and we'll continue to do so. So that, I hope you've enjoyed that. And
sorry, I'm just trying to get the next screen. There we go.
And more, as we were just saying there, style personality quiz. For me, I really did want to do something like that, and not do it all around colour, mainly because colour, as Patsy was saying, is a little bit more difficult to do when you're just doing it online. I think also it can be slightly more complicated as well, colour, because it's just such a wide range. Whereas I think we instinctively have our own style personality in terms of the things that we feel most comfortable wearing. So I kind of like that. And as Patsy was saying, for me, I definitely, although I think I'm more classic and chic, there are things that I drop in that are more quirky. And I love that mix. And I think that's the thing I really like about style personalities. It enables you to do that. So yeah, more of that. Oh yes, and I graduated. Feels a bit weird graduating at my age, but
It's great.
yeah. Hey, who's that?
Oh, don't know if someone's maybe just unmuted themselves. Right, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anthea came to Glasgow, and we had a bit of an IWD night for her, so International Women's Day dinner, just to introduce her to us in Glasgow and meet some of our more long-term influencers and people that have helped us from the beginning, other than you lovely ladies. Obviously, Leslie had her first trip to Istanbul. which she's loved. It's a miracle she's actually come back. So that was quite good that I managed to get her on the plane. And we launched a new website, which has obviously taken a bit of a time, seeing as though I started it last summer. So it just shows you how long these things take. And yeah, so highlights. It's been a busy first quarter, which is probably why it's sort of flown through. And yes, Julie, lots of videos. It's like a little, it's like when it is a vlog, I think would be the technical term. Not that I know much about the technical terms. And we bought a selfie stick so we could try that out too, which was really quite scary. More for the men in the room that were making too much noise and swearing. So I had to tell them to be quiet. They were getting in the way of our video.
How dare they?
Yeah, they were that happy about that, but they took it very well. So there we go.
Right.
That's the highlights. What you've all been waiting for then. Yes, I think some of you have kind of guessed it. But I thought that it had to be the Mini S. I've been combining this bag now for, I don't know, maybe 6 months into the bigger bag and then taking it out and then just using it both as a compartment, but also as a small mini bag. So I thought I really had to let you have you guys do the same. So I found it really, really good for creating that complete perfect set. And I kid you not, you could literally pop her inside and then take the strap and put it underneath, and then you've almost got like another complete compartment, and then take her out. So the strap is removable, as is the deco strip. And we've got the complimentary gift as well, the Moments tassel, something close to my heart because I just really like the idea of being able to have that with photographs of things that mean something to you, grandchildren, something that you're doing, your husband, the list is endless of the little photographs you could put in there. So spend $6.95 for the bag and $3.95. We have had to put it up just a little bit. Everything as well, we all know, has been going up, and I just cannot keep the price down. Just to make sure that we can still give the quality and the lovely bags as well, but not too crazy. Colors. So if you've already got one of these colors, make your first bag the one you match to the bag you've already got, and be that the leather bag, or if it's the herringbone, they'll all mix and match. But me being a little bit more classic, I feel as if I'm getting a little bit too classic in my old age, and so I've been matchy. I might have been spending too much time with Anthea actually. She's really good on the matching. And here we've got the Moments tassels. So again, you can use that as a keyring as well, and you can separate them. And you've got 2 pictures in there. So I really like those. Okay. Oh my goodness. So what's coming? We're turning 5. And so Martina's assured me it's party time.
Well, yeah, because ladies, tonight, 5 years ago to the day, we had our first ever Bags of Joy Zoom, which is unbelievable that we've come 5 years. That's 20 quarters under our belt now. And we've been doing these ever since. So yeah, if you think back to 5 years ago, COVID was starting. We had to think overnight about how to change the business and what we were going to do. So it's a bit of a milestone. So we are going to have a lot of fun next week. So I've got lots of tricks up my sleeve, don't worry.
Oh my God, I'm worried already. We've got roses in some lovely new leathers, so watch out for those. And she really is. I know people think because she looks quite small, she actually takes so much in her. So I've put the Millie pouch in there and about 1,000 other things. So if you're worried about that, do not worry. There is so much space in her. We've also got the return of Mary. So again, I couldn't let her come back without really giving her a bit of a facelift. So there's lots of little changes there that I think you'll really enjoy as well. So she's looking really lovely, and she actually left yesterday from Rotelia. And Leslie and I did a good bit of checking on them, so that was really nice as well. So I think you'll really like her. And new limited edition collections, Cherry Blossom, Japanese Gardens, Paradise Roses, Springtime Shine. You are getting the feeling here for the fact that we are getting into that whole spring thing, a lot of flowers as we spring into spring. So watch out for those. And again, we've spent a lot of time looking for all of these limited edition leathers. It's not easy. Someone's got to do it though. And finding different ones. I find that quite exciting. And as you'll have seen this week, we were there doing the very same thing, trying to look and see what you would all like. And thank you for all your feedback, because that is always really, really useful. And we're going to have more mini accessories coming. So it's just going to be so much excitement. That's going to be really, really good. So stick with it. We're only on day one.
We've got a few questions. What colours are coming in the Rosa? We've got cream patent crop, black patent crop, metallic navy, and metallic gold. And
navy here, I've just been testing, so you can see that light on her actually shows that quite well.
It's nice. It's beautiful.
Navy.
And then the Mary will be arriving probably middle of the month. I think we'll launch her. We don't have her yet. So is she in the mini line? Yes, she will take mini accessories. So we'll reveal more about that when she arrives.
We know you love surprises, so there's no point telling you everything, because otherwise it wouldn't be a surprise. So questions?
Yes, any questions, let us know. Is the Mary different? Yes, it's different. It's still the same shape. It's still the same internally, but there'll be a few external differences. But like Sarah says, we're not going to tell you everything at once because that would ruin the surprise. So wait and see. But she is unbelievable. You are going to love, I promise. You will really love her.
Yeah, she is really nice. Yes, yeah.
You can reserve the comp 2 items after this call, Marilee, so everyone will receive an email, and it will be in the Bags of Joy VIP Club as well. Yes, Ruth, we are launching the Rosas along with the patent croc and metallic mini decos and tassels tomorrow morning. So if you are after a Rosa at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning is your alarm. They will be on the site then. Mini Ds, oh, don't know, maybe. Any white Mias. We're not, there's no more Mias coming. We released all the Mias, if you remember, in March. So that was the Q2 drop. Q2 drop came early. So all the Mias are on the website just now. We've got lots of new mini accessories. They'll be dropping over the next few weeks. So yes, watch out for them. We've got everything listed in the coming soon page, which you can access via the VIP club after the call. Yes, that answers that question for Julie. It will be updated after this call. Do you have a picture of the mini S insert and flaps? No, but I will get you one. We've only got a sample just now, but we do have the flaps coming for mini S. When will limited edition Ivies be coming? Well, there's just going to be lots coming over the next month. We'll just be dropping bits in as we go. So we're not going to put any set dates in anything. We'll just be dropping lots of surprises, but the full list of what's coming and all the core products will be in the coming soon page. So it's our birthday, you know, we're going to go big. Bags of Joy turns 5. It wouldn't be a birthday celebration without lots of surprises for you, and that's all I'm saying. So don't try and claw out of me. Anything else? Any more questions, or is everyone just excited to reserve their bag? Wonder what the most popular colour will be. I think there was a regatta one that went first the last time.
Surely it will match what went last time if everyone's matching, but doesn't mean you have to match, ladies.
No.
Contrasts are good. Yeah, contrasts are good. Just me going through my matching moment. I don't know why. It's just so unlike me. But anyway.
No, it's nice. So I think the matching set does look cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite impressive when like people are impressed when you bring them out and they're next to each other. I'm like,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
like mummy and daughter, isn't it? The two
it's a wee bit
together.
like that. Yes, yeah, definitely. Yes, a mini me.
Yeah, absolutely.
God, a horrible thought. Yes. Oh, that's good, Joanna.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there will be a
yeah,
strawberry comp bag. It's the
matching.
exact same colours as we did in the Sarah tote. So yes, can't believe it's
Yes.
been 5 years. I know, neither can I. 5 years ago, mental. I think I had a broken elbow at that point, didn't I? I was in a big cast.
Okay. Yes, yeah, just goodness, yeah. Time flies when you're having fun, I suppose. Yeah,
And
or
we
chasing your tail, whichever way.
yeah, and we had Linda Benton reading a poem with Janie Max singing in that first Zoom event, didn't we?
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgotten that. Yeah. Gosh. Just really keep all these things. You've got all of them though. Well, we were still recording them, weren't we? So I'm sure
God.
you'll be able to bring some of them out.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look through the archives, see what we can find.
Yeah.
How many comp bags do you need? Well, 5. Will there be any
55.
VIP get-togethers like last summer? Yeah, so we're going to officially be opening the boat next week. Sarah will be down on the boat with Leslie and Lucy. And then, yeah, we'll be planning in some events over the coming months. So stay tuned and we will pop some details together in the club.
Well, we'll be in Chelsea next week as well. So if anyone's
Yes.
able to make that, we've got Anthea and yeah, Anthea launching our Be in a Bag thing. So that will be a bit of fun as well next Thursday.
Yeah, so Thursday evening, if anyone's in the London area, the girls will be in the King's, no, not the King's Road, is it? It is,
Yeah, it's the King's
yeah,
Road.
King's
Yes,
Road, yeah,
yes.
I remembered.
And yeah, we'll be there and we're there from 11 anyway. So we're going to be there all day with the bags. We're just going to take the Sarah totes and the mini S's and just show them to people, encourage them to get into their style personalities.
Yeah.
And anyone that wants to come along, there'll be food, there'll be drink. I'm sure Anthea will most certainly be there. So yeah, it'll be a bit of fun. So
Yeah.
everybody's welcome.
And we are having another Zoom event at the end of April. There was a bit of a mix-up with guests and their availability. So we have got Millie Johnston
Yes.
joining us at the end of April. So if you had booked on to see her, then we are still doing it. She just couldn't make tonight because I think she's in the throes of her book launch and it's all lots of tours and everything. So she's desperate to come and speak to us also. She is still joining us at the end of April. So we'll remind you all about that near the time as well.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, no, that'd be nice. And that's because we're running the book in a bag as well. So that's quite nice. Sponsoring that with all these authors. And I know how we all love to read books. So these would be giving you some good summer reading, and Megan will be able to kick off the book club again.
Yeah.
So I know you wanted to just do that in the summer, so that'd be quite nice when you've all got more time on planes and all of that. So I think that'll be good fun too.
Yeah. Okay, well, if there's not any more questions, we will let you go and we will get the email sent out to reserve your comp bag. And we look forward to seeing what everyone's going for. And remember, there's your Moments tassels too. So they are beautiful. They're a really good keepsake. Joanne, any events closer to home? Nothing planned yet, but we're always trying to plan an event. So we'll keep you posted if anything does come up.
Oh, and thank you for everyone for my congratulations for being the oldest, the oldest graduate in town, I think. Show you what we can all do. Just
Yeah,
a
every
bit of
day's a school
effort.
day.
Yeah, that's it.
Never too old to graduate.
That's it. God, weird. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening and giving up your time. We really appreciate you sticking with us through these years and quartered Zoom events. It's always good fun to catch up with everyone and see everyone's face together.
Yeah. I look forward to more of them.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you soon. And join us live tomorrow at 12:15 for some more goodies we'll show you. Right. Have a lovely evening. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.